Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's cold in here. You know what? I only have like one thing on. Bonjour. Bonjour, ça va bien? Et vos? I need socks. Give me a second. It's cold. I'm telling you, it's cold. It's the downside of this. At nighttime, it gets pretty cold. Oh, what should we work on today? I actually have a few things I still need to finish. But this is a whatever stream, so no promises. As usual. If you have questions, let me know. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hey B. How do you say that? HBJV. HBJV. Oops. HBJV. What is that about? So yeah. Bunch of fun stuff. Actually, I need to commit some changes I just made to this super cool. Give me 1 second. How's it going, Og? Hayden. Nice. Well, that's very nice. RWX Rob. Tmux in. Alright, I guess I can turn on data. Data, that's what I'm going to call you, data. Call you data. Because data. Yes, it is the Fallout. New Vegas. Well played. What's not great about being French? Bien sûr. Hey, Moshi. A couple things I want to commit here. First, one of them you might be interested in, actually, if you ever want to stream and you want to dual stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I wrote a script for that. It just uses the Nginx RTMP plugin that has been put in a Docker container by the one or the mule one or the one mule. And you may remember me doxing my stream IDs because they were in it before and now they are not. So, so this is the file, and it actually is integrated with it's integrated with my auth tool, but you could make your own little script. It doesn't really matter. that just dumps your Twitch stream key and your YouTube stream key when it's given those arguments. So you could replace that with your own. You don't have to use mine if you don't want. And a secret key, which is your own personal secret key that's only for you. And then what you do is you put this secret key in your OBS setup. And I have OBS running as a Docker container. And then I can start OBS and it streams to that container on my local system. And then that splits the stream. So that's why I didn't start streaming earlier. I was dealing with keys and stuff, so I didn't want to dox anything. So I kept that out there. Access to stream key. What's auth? I can show you. Auth is an OAuth helper application that I've made, but yeah, let me show you that. Fixes to GStreamD. Auth is my utility for dealing with anything that has OAuth in it. So that includes like, it's a thing written in Go. Yeah, you can go check it out. It's actually on GitLab currently. I wonder if I have. Yeah, I'm double pushing it. Okay, so I don't know if I've moved this yet. I don't think I have. I'm dual pushing this, so you could probably be okay with that. I think the canonical version is still on GitLab. Yeah, I need to port a bunch of stuff off of GitLab and into GitHub. But for right now, you can go to either one of those and just read about it. It tells you what it does, but it's mostly an OAuth utility. But because it really doesn't care about what gets saved, thank you. But because it really doesn't care about what gets saved in the file, which I can't test right now, I'd be dumping all kinds of stuff. The reason I made this actually is because, Frank, you know what? Streaming makes you a much better programmer because you have to pay attention to what's in your scripts. Like you would never hard code a password or a stream key, right? On a live stream. And so every time, I've talked about this before, but every time I was writing this GStream key thing, you know, or daemon, and I mean, this morning I had these variables set in here and they were hard coded, and when I just happened to open the file, I doxed all of my keys right away. So I had to stop the stream and change all the keys immediately. And because of that, you know, fail, I am super paranoid about putting anything into any file ever. So that's why I made auth. I'd already been doing that because it's just easier to manage it that way, because you want to be able to use that key everywhere, right? Yeah. It just depends on what you're going to dox about yourself, right? So, I mean, I've doxed plenty, including, you know, myself with my shirt off. Thank God I had pants on, by the way. There is one time when I didn't know, and I was messing with my lights and it streamed my whole. You're going to see a lot more on this because I am live streaming all the time, so I'm going to make stupid, horrid mistakes. But I'm prepared to recover from those mistakes because basically it's made me a much better technologist, a much more secure technologist, because I won't even use a streaming service that doesn't obfuscate my stream key with, you know, password format, like with dots, right? I won't even use it. So I was looking at a couple other ones. There was another one to restream to Instagram or something, and I was like, I'm not going to use you, or Vimeo. Vimeo doesn't do it either. It's like, if your developers don't know enough to not dox stuff like that on the stream, I'm going to make a prediction here. I'm actually going to put this in my notes because I want to make a point here, and I want to log about this. I'll probably do some shell scripting tonight too. So, or this morning, whatever you want to call it. So this is not, robs.io is busted right now. So I'm fixing that right now. That's what I'm fixing. But I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to make a prediction. The more live coding and streaming that, let's see. As the number of people doing live coding and streaming increases, there will be less tolerance for things like stream keys, tokens, and passwords that are not obfuscated and hidden even within a secure web session. So, for example, WeChat, if you identify the people that you're messaging, so NickServe and ChanServe, it will actually protect you. Different identifiers. Yeah, well, we'll talk about that, Moshe, in a second. For things like stream keys, tokens, and passwords that are not obfuscated or hidden, even within a secure web session. So, because everyone, I'm going to predict, will be streaming and the risks are just too high, I won't even look. Service that doesn't understand this. So that's just a little note I wanted to make. How's it going, XN? Moshe, what are you saying here? Why OAuth? I got on my way to have different identifiers and emails everywhere to limit how much surface area I would be exposed to leaks and hacks. Yeah. Buying companies. Why in the world would I want to use a one-stop identifier? I'm not using a one-stop identifier. No. I'm using multiple identifiers and tokens, and that's why I have auth to manage them all. That's the point, right? So here's, oops. Yeah, I guess I thought, well, is that right? Yeah. Auth help. Oh, right. Auth ls. So here's all of the services for which I have information, and it just keeps them all in one place. But it keeps it in a place, and yes, it is in a file, right? But it keeps it safe in a way that can still be integrated into scripts. So, I have a password manager for my, KeePass XC for everything else. But when I want to have a token and I want to be able to use the token, I don't want to be hard coding tokens anywhere. So it's sort of like a token database specifically for OAuth, but I've extended it to put stream keys in there and stuff like that. We'll want it. It will never happen. Oh, that's you, Vera. You're old school, so you probably won't want it. A lot of people will want it. The up-and-coming generation is definitely going to want it. The people who've grown up with streaming are going to want it for sure. Is it P2P protocol? IPv8. Good morning, Nairbear. Look at this in BTC now. What are you talking about? Bitcoin? On Groff? It's covered. Groff and Troff, I don't think they're relevant anymore. People disagree with me, but I don't think they're relevant. If you played around with Pandoc at all, there's no need. Yeah, they're still used. People still use them for man pages and stuff, right? Yeah. Bum 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 bum. They made Bitcoin a security. Did they do that recently? SEC chair says Bitcoin is not a security. 2009, June 25th. Back to work. See you, Nurbar. I covered that Bitcoin is not a security. Which offers identities, communication, or was hooks for layer. So it's with IP with identification info. Ooh, that might be nice. That's really what we need. I mean, that's really what we need. That's what we need. That's what we need. You won't be able to fool that. I mean, everybody knows that. Okay. Why would I Ripple SEC cryptocurrency? There's a good example of a horrible URL. Stupid people. Most ICOs are. Ether are not securities. Wired.com. I trust the Wired way more than that. 12/22. So this would have happened within a year. Looks like a Django. Django sucks. Django really sucks. Here's 2019, 2017. It must be. It's got to be within the last month. Yeah. I'm looking before it went down. Wait, did it go down? I haven't been following it. I need to use it. I have some stuff set up for donations and stuff, but I don't use it very much. It went down 10K today? It went down 10K today. Wow. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Won't hit mainstream? I don't think so. It just is. It's if everybody uses Bitcoin, there wouldn't be enough power in the world to use it. Bottom line. J. Clinton Bitcoin IPv8. 30K. Wow. When a friend and I checked during lunch yesterday. Wow. Yeah. That's so interesting. It's crappy tech anyway. I'm sorry. I think it's crap. I've had people try to convince me that it's good, and I just keep coming back to the fact that the algorithm itself is flawed. It's subject to 51% attack. Brian Ford, who made Peg and's done a lot of crypto research at the academic level, confirmed that. He said, there's no end game here. There, if we're over 1K, well, good for you guys. I wonder, yeah. Do it. I mean, it would be cool to be gifted, yeah. No, it's actually a thing, apparently. Oh, wow. Maybe they did change it. In case I saw Bitcoin at the moment. Yeah. Yeah. Well, any of those things are going to be in trouble. All right. Well, I'm glad you guys are having a good conversation. I'm going to just work on my CV stuff. Right. So, and I mean, I could do a transparent background, I suppose. Why don't I do that for fun? I gotta work here for a few hours, so whatever. Is anybody actually chatting in here? Hey, look. Yeah, people just, there's HB. I think people, I see MB. Or zoomies too. What are zoomies? I don't know if it would work with zoomies, Random Blather. Reminder. Only monitoring chat at RxRob. I don't know how many times I have to say this. It's like people just can't figure it out. I've tried so hard to make it clear, but they're so programmed in the other way of doing it, so that's fine. That's fine. Here's the RTMP server. I still have it up here. The one mule nginx.rmpmp. I tell you what, let's go find youtube.com. Let's find something fun to put in the background. I did it. Why would I put it in the title every time? That, like, you know what? I might have to do that because I just don't see people reading anything but that. It's in the notification. You know what I mean? You know what? Yeah, let me try that. I can actually change that. Let's do this. All right, watch. I'm going to change it right now. From the command line, Twitch status. Whatever. Twitch chat is ignored. How about that? I can write it a million times and they'll still. All right. I should. You know, people just are used to the way they're used to it, right? There it is. Whatever. Go to live chat, Twitch chat ignored. There. You guys see that now? All right. Hey, yo. Hey, it's. I love that whatever your first 8 characters are become your new ID. Yeah, that makes me very happy. There'll be complaints because they try to go to the channel and it doesn't exist. It's always existed. It's always existed. Oh, they're trying to go to the... Wait a second. Why would they... Are you kidding me? Are people that stupid? Are they... Are they really going to open... They're going to try to go to rwxrob.live as a channel? Anyway, something. No, hey, you can just do whatever you want on here. Yeah. Yeah. LG it is. LGG it is. I like LGG too. That's a good one too. Look, you can name yourselves whatever you want in here. That's the thing, you know. By the way, if you register your name, you'll be able to participate in our point system that we're building. So, hold on one second, and we're going to start giving points. Oh, there you go. Have an iPod. You know, I've thought about having an iPod. Look. You know what? You don't have to finish it right now. If I register the group, we can drop the other hashtag. I'm not going to give you a tutorial about how to register right now. I don't want to do cloaks. rwg.gg. Yeah, rwx.gg. Data is my drug known as data. I figure that out. Yeah, all you have to do is you have to do the path. Can I? This is okay. So I'm not ready to do a video about this yet. But what you want to follow is what Vera has done, and make your account ID associated with an SSL cert if you know how to do that. If you don't know how to do that, then you can just do the regular message nick serve, you know, identify and give yourself a password, and then every time you log in, you can just reuse that password. That's how you do that. It's more complicated than Twitch or YouTube, but it's better long term. Plus, it gives you access to a whole world of resources that nobody even knows about on the IRC groups, which are just buzzing usually with really great information, way better than anything you'll find on Discord. So, yeah, it's IRC. IRC is a protocol. So Freenode is one of the many servers, the most famous server actually. Usually the one tool for the one thing at a time. Yeah. But your last two commits on GitLab.labs were not certified, or are they not? No, I need my. I probably need my. My GPG key should still be there. My GitHub stuff is certified, right? I hope. I wonder why. My keys are all still there and everything. Wait. God damn it. Issues. Where's my last commits? All shell, some Perl, and some Vim script. That's about right. Bum boo boo doo boo 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 doo doo. You're right. I've lost my verification. That's a bummer. How did I lose it? I wonder how I lost it. I think I must have changed my email. I got to put that in my to-do list. I want to start using my digital to-do list. So I've had scripts for this for years, but so I need to do get what do I need to do? Get I must have messed something up with my git config. There's Gwent. How's it going? My eyes are kind of sore. I've been coding a lot this last 3 hours actually. Lots of shell code and then some Docker stuff. There you go. No, I was just using Docker containers. Yep. I use a Docker container to do this dual stream. That's what's happening right now. So much to clean up. I have to finish my profile. That's the most important thing, so I can send those resumes out to a few more. External to the DNC server yet? Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do security issues from Docker in production. Well, Podman is not Docker, right? I was gonna say, yeah. Yeah, you take that back. Very be nice. Talk reception. Yeah. Hey, Og, I was going to ask you. So, what are your thoughts on this back channel chat on Twitch? Right. I mean, I think you mentioned that you wanted to get the VODs on there too, but I think it's just safer for me to have VODs in one place. So if I make a mistake, I can go delete it really fast. That's really my primary concern. Um, actually, that's one of the reasons I dropped Periscope too, because if I stream to more than one resource, I wonder, library just refers to all the resources on YouTube, doesn't it? Back channel, yeah. So yeah, people can chat in here. You're a good dude. How's it go? I can confirm I'm stupid. I didn't mean it personally. So occasionally I'll go look at the back channels. So here's the Twitch back channel, and here's the YouTube back channel. Hey, Sackfish said, ah. So yeah, but those things are never saved, and so that's what's going on. Are ignoring those security concerns on production. Docker is the basis of like all cloud native, so I don't understand. You think consolidating on IRC is a good choice? All right, because yeah, and I turned clips on, by the way, so Twitch clips are back on. So if people want to clip on Twitch, they can, but I there's no VODs to go back and clip. Sarah is going to be Sarah. Oh, what is that? What is that? Lightweight container runtime for Kubernetes. Security. Let's try this. That way everyone can connect to the Twitch. YouTube viewers aren't isolated outside of the restream. Right. Right. Well, yeah. And that was that. Yeah, that's another big decision I made is, well, there are lots of factors in that, but one of the factors that tipped the scale was there's really, there's really no money to be had in advertising on YouTube until you get to like millions. So if people are actually going to help me, offset the cost of doing all this, they're going to choose on their own to do that through Patreon and merch and stuff. So forcing people to go to YouTube just for the ads is not a factor at all. That's not even a factor at all. But the main reason I did it in the first place was to have a consistent chat experience. As long as people know that the video, that was the primary motivator, but the ad thing was a secondary motivator. So at that point, just allowing people to do Twitch whatever they want, but just know that I'm not going to read it, right? Because and then being able to dual stream and getting off restream, so I don't have to pay the money for that. So that's all. My containers didn't need to do that. Yeah. The same problem. Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like you guys got a good conversation going on there. It's quite lively. Oopsie, sorry. I feel uneasy today. Like I'm gonna make a mistake. Sometimes it's scary to stream. I mean, there's been people who've said, I don't believe you stream everything, your whole desktop live. They're terrified of it. And it can be scary sometimes. I won't lie. So, chat moves so much quicker in IRC now. Doesn't it really? It is, isn't it? You know what else is quicker? Look at this. So, I'm going to play this. Watch how low the lag is. It's insane. Assuming it's on. Why is it so far behind? What is going on? Wait, I can pause this one. YouTube. I'll go back to Rob Ma here. Yeah. See, watch. So 1, 2, 3. 3 second lag to YouTube. 3 second lag. I have never had that level of low latency on Twitch. Twitch is even better too, and it's because I'm dual streaming, so there's no redirection at all. There's a redirection, but it's happening on my local computer, which is just instantaneous. It's just so cool. So like this one, let's try this one now. So this one will be a little slower because this one is still running. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 3-second lag on Twitch. Yep. So what I'm saying is, I think I've found the sweet spot after a year. I keep, tweaking everything and learning a little bit more as we go. So yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and stop this again so it doesn't steal CPU for no reason. No, I fixed their low latency. I did. Maybe Twitch fixed their own. I don't know, but yeah. So Restream didn't let me use low latency on YouTube. There's two things that block low latency on YouTube. By default, it doesn't use ultra low latency. It only uses low latency because it has closed captioning built in, which is cool. I mean, I feel bad because I'm giving up, support for the blind and stuff on the podcast, but for the deaf. But you can add captioning after the fact, so once stuff is saved. But I think it's more important that we have a live experience. So I disabled Restream and did it directly to YouTube, and then that allows you to turn off closed captioning and get the absolute lowest possible latency, which is 3 seconds. As far as I'm concerned, 3-second lag and latency is the fastest possible thing you're ever going to get. It's just insane. Yeah. I like what you guys are talking about. That's a good topic. Actually, it's a really good topic. So 1, 2, 3. I could do that all day. I could do it all day because it's like so efficient. Right. Yeah. And the RAM, look at how fast the RC is coming in. It's so fast. Yeah. Hopefully we'll set a new standard in live streaming on YouTube and stuff. I kind of need to make I'm going to make a log about this. I need to log this. Oh yeah, Infinite Rob. I do that all the time. I should probably write this script. You guys are probably more interested in me writing a script to chop this up, right? That might be more fun. Inception Rob. All right, so pleased with the results of GStreamD, which makes dual streaming to YouTube and Twitch simultaneously with 3-second lag. A breeze. Can't believe I didn't discover this until now. For community live streamers. I want to make a new term for this. We need to invent a new term for this, for community live streamers. Which demand ultra low latency. In fact, AFK streamers. Yeah, associated. Yeah, I still want to do that. I really do. Okay. In fact, I think I will coin a new phrase, a new moniker for this type of thing. From now on, from now on, this type of streaming shall be shall shall be known as community live streaming. Yes. The flavor, or actually we could say community variety live streaming, right? Which is live streaming that depends on a vibrant exchange with the community in chat versus the brain dead emoji spams of other streaming approaches. It is rather idiotic that streaming, that wanting to actually read the chat and interact with those on the stream is somehow a novel, innovative approach. You would think that would have been the default from the start. Streamers, a lot of streamers are assholes who just want to be seen and paid instead of actually responding to the needs of the community in the stream. Makes them a YouTuber in the first place. Gives you an instant dopamine rush. Okay. Streamer. It's not about me. It's not just about me. How about that? It's not. And not just in the gushing, you're awesome. Shitty distraction. It's true. I'm reading. All right. I better make sure I didn't make any errors there. Super pleased with the results of the G-Stream D, which makes dual streaming to YouTube and Twitch simultaneously with 3-second lag a breeze. Can't believe I didn't try this out until now. It solves so many problems for community live streamers who demand low latency. Require. In fact, I think I'll coin a new moniker for this type of thing. From now on, this type of streaming shall be known as community live streaming, which is live streaming that depends on a vibrant exchange with the community in chat versus the brain-dead emoji spams of other streaming approaches. It is rather idiotic that wanting to actually read the chat and interact with those on the stream is somehow a novel, innovative approach. You think that would have been the default from the start. A lot of streamers are assholes who just want to be seen and paid instead of actually responding to the needs of the community that makes them a streamer in the first place. It's not just about me, it's about them. I can never forget that. And not just in the gushing, you're awesome way that most idiotic streamers do, but with authentic concern for those creating valuable dialogue, not some shitty distraction. This is the truth. Tell us how you really feel, Rob. Oh, I gotta try Cube. I want to try Creo. How do you spell that? Vera, did I say that right? Cryo or Creo? All right, time for me to chop up the chop up. So this is like one of the many things I need to fix. Yes, it is indeed. I don't know, but how do you say it? Cryo. I'm a curmudgeon and I hand rolled my clusters with sockets, net data, and scripts. Is it Cryo? Container runtime interface. Nice. The future is definitely containers. I mean, it's just, I cannot, okay, so today I had a very visceral experience with a container that made my life crazy easy. If I had to set up, so I did this GStreamer thing, I'm gonna tell you guys about this since this is on topic. And then I'm gonna, I don't know, make more coffee and come back. So this is why containers are so freaking important. So I'm trying to give you, I'm gonna go show you. So I had a problem. The problem was I wanted to stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time so I can get my lag all down nice, and I just wrote about that. And so someone from the community, this is why I stream, I get more from the community than I give, I think, a lot of times. Someone from the community said, oh, you definitely want this, you definitely want the Nginx plugin for that. I would never have guessed it was that Nginx had a plugin, even though I know about it being a reverse proxy and all. So they sent me to github.com/themule/nginx-rtmp, and I'm like, oh crap. I'm like looking at the diagram. I'm like, this is really complicated. Man, I don't want to do this. This is like way too hard to do. I'm going to have to fire up a server. And then I'm going to have to have, I'm going to have to run an Nginx instance. I'm going to have to figure out how to configure the plugins. I have to put it all together. Nope. Containers for the win. All I had to do was download the thing. I didn't even have to download it. No kidding. I didn't even have to download it. All I had to do was run Docker run, and it did all the rest for me. It went out and got the Docker container, it downloaded it, it set it up, and installed the web server, it configured the web server, it started the web server up, and then it put these two streams in there, so all I had to do was just one Docker command. And I just had to pass it the things. Boom. I had to put one configuration setting in my OBS, and I was dual streaming like that. If I had not had containers, it would have taken me at least triple the time to do that. I mean, I could have done it. I know how to do all this stuff. And then what? And then what? Now I have a server that's running on my computer. Well, what if it turns out that I don't have enough CPU on this machine and I want to go put it over, on a machine in the corner? So people keep thinking that containers are only for enterprise and stuff like that, but they're not. You can use containers to do amazing things. So let's say I had an extra, I have a couple of Mac Minis around and, some other machines. Yeah. And so now do you know what I have to do to migrate? Without Kubernetes, without Swarm, without anything, containerd, any of that stuff, right? Yeah, a lot of people have been using containers for a long time. Yeah. But the point, I do have Mac Minis for days. I really do. Um, but what I'm trying to say is that you can actually take, they use a container to, I did. I read all about the attack. They actually not just one container. Did you see? They swarmed them with containers. They had like thousands of people using containers to attack them. So let's say that this computer is too slow. So I get another computer. Do you know what I have to do to port it? The only thing I have to do to port it is copy this script to the other machine. That's it. That's all I have to do. I don't even have to copy any other files. I just have to copy this one script. And the thing the point I'm starting to realize that I don't think I fully understood before is that you don't really, you can leverage the power of containers at a micro level. You don't have to, what am I doing? You don't have to be all container, Kubernetes up. You can, but you don't really need it because Docker is so flexible for downloading this stuff. I can just copy this script to another machine and run it and it'll work. Yeah. So it doesn't have to have anything else. You know what I mean? What are you saying? Containers lightweight VMs are better. Lightweight VMs are even better. I don't know about that. Isn't mounted in the container. No, and it doesn't need to be. Now I could put this script in the container, but I don't want that. I want to be able to run gstream start and be done with it. You might have Barry, you might have something I can do to improve this. So that's one of the reasons I'm showing it. But right now, all I'm doing is calling Docker and going with it. It's like just spinning up dev environments, really simple Docker containers. And that's what we're talking about doing. It's just starting up a dev environment, right? This is akin to that, even though it's a completely different purpose, of course. Yeah. So, yeah. You still have to set up on the machine that containers are going to be run on. No, I don't. So, okay, if I wanted to take this dual streaming setup that I have right now, so anybody, actually, if you downloaded it, okay, this particular one, there's 3 things I'd have to put over there. I'd have to install Docker on the machine, which is sudo apt install Docker, boom, done, or Docker Hub actually. And what's that? Swarm secrets. Okay. Open link. Oh, this is new. So yeah. Gonna support containers. Yep. Docker file out of the box. Screenshot my message. Yes. It's true. They already kind of do, but other important stuff like this. Look, this was not my choice, by the way. I actually want to make Vera. Could we probably fork this project? What if we forked this project and made it secret? The secrets better. I think we should fork it and improve it. Yeah, because I don't like having that environment, have those passwords on the environment like that. Yeah. Yeah, you've been there. You've been here. How about just make a PR? Yeah, we could do that too. Right now it works, so I'm going to be disinclined to work on it because I had other stuff to do. Which is the point I was making originally, is that this saved me so much time already. Yeah, the make one. I mean, what do you want to do? Make it and say, hey, go read this. If you say, go read this, you might want to not have secrets in the, in the environment. I don't particularly like having secrets in the environment. You know what I really don't like? This is the thing that really kind of upset me, actually. If I ls, I can see these secrets in my environment. And so anybody on my system can see my secrets from my local system and my stream keys. I hate that. I hate that because that environment, if I was on a multi-user system, anybody could see it. Yeah. Right. Snapd, Flavia, our new tech. Yep. Yeah. Static compiling. Ooh. Yeah, or that. Yeah, that's even easier, Vera, right. So why did they do this? They obviously, I don't know if I like this idea. That's something I definitely want to improve on. Maybe I should spend a moment to do that. That could be a learning activity for me because I hate passing environment variables that have, secret information in them. Micro VM. Ooh. And like, what, do you want me to make the PR, or did you already fork it? Yeah, I do that too. These are, but here's the problem, Jeropo. So this stuff inside of the Docker container is the problem. They, for some reason, think it's okay to read from the environment, which it never has been. This is an anti-pattern, actually, and I feel I feel at this point like I don't want to even have it in my repos, because putting secret information in the environment is a big freaking no-no. So in the root directory, make sure Docker runs shorter anyway. Oh. Wait. That's true. I forgot about the env file. I haven't used it very much. Yeah, that's better. Let's do that. How does it find the env file, though? I need to read about that. It's still flat text, right? That's why I don't like it being stored in flat text if I can get away from it, but I'm not opposed to that. Plus it still gets run in the environment in the container so the container got hacked, right? So let's see about this. So Docker secrets is a thing. Manual update image and rebuild to change a variable. Oh God, no, we're not doing that. Hell no. So in terms of Docker Swarm services, a secret. Is this only with swarms though, Vera? It seems like this is only a swarms thing. Is that true? Yeah. Bash function calling or auth function. I have that already. No, see, here's the problem. The problem. So this right here is the secret stuff, right? So that lands in the environment. What we need to do is we need to change it so the thing running inside here doesn't need. Yeah, secrets are swarm only. Crap. Well, I'm not using swarm only secrets then. We need to figure this out. I mean, I could mount a file as a resource. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just use env file param. If you use env file param, doesn't that pulls in the file directly, right? And it doesn't have to be rebuilt. Yeah. Store for the secret. Well, we have that anyway, right? That's better. I would rather have that because then it's not in the host. I don't think we need to rebuild. I was going to say, because if I'm going to do that, I want to do env file. Yep. Mounting is the way Kubernetes supports it, so I guess it's okay to correct file with the correct file permissions. I come from using Kubernetes, yeah. We don't have to mount it every time. We can just do env file and point to a file and be done. What's wrong with that? Guys, someone tell me why that's not okay. I'm still relatively new to this stuff. Yeah, I was going to say, I think WMW, that makes way more sense to me. Docker. That's probably in run, right? Docker help run. Env file. Env file list. Read in a file of environment variables. Why am I not doing that? Why was this ever set up this way in the first place? This is kind of making me angry at this point. A Docker commit is like 2 years and 12 security revisions old. Yeah, well, that's probably true, but that's way easier. I'm not using Swarm because then you can't. Look, I don't want to overcomplicate this thing. We just want to have the environment variables so that they don't exist anywhere but within the container. The problem with that, though, is that there are still security information inside running in the container. I prefer it not be a thing. So you see what I mean? Okay, so let me restate that. env file gets me free and clear on the host system, so it doesn't have environment variables that are insecure on the host system. But the running container, if someone broke into the container, they would still be able to see the environment. So how can we avoid that? I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know about this. I've never seen that. The env file will live in my private repo, and I'll be fine. It'll be encrypted. Yep. I already have data. My OAuth stuff is already there, so that's fine. Yeah, it will. Why? Because the env file is pointing to a file within the repo. Is that what you're saying? That's not what. Okay. Anyway, obviously I need to look at this. Log in. Sign up for free. It's used. Platform developers choose to build cloud native application security. It doesn't say you have to rebuild the thing. You don't have to rebuild it. So far, Vera, I'm not buying that you have to do that. But I'm going to be wrong, and if I am, you can say you were wrong. But I haven't tried that yet. According to the doc so far I'm reading, I can have a file that lives outside of the container that contains the environment variables and just pass that. You can't use distroless containers or from scratch with no login to shell inside. If you can't get inside a container, equals nobody can read envs, not even you. Yeah, I think I might be overly concerned with security inside of the container. The whole point of the container is to keep people out, right? So the real concern here is having environment variables in the host running shell. Does that make sense? Because frankly, oh my God. I just realized the way I could have doxed myself completely. If I run env right now, you'll see my stream keys. Holy shit. That was a legitimate shit right there. We cannot have that. We cannot have that. That cannot stand. So putting it in a file is way, way better because, you know, I'm really glad you guys talked through this. This has been really helpful on the host system's file system. Right. Which is where it will be. That's the point. We won't use keys. Yeah. Okay, I trust you. Famous last words. I don't know what this is. Quick start. It's a watchdog for all your clusters. Log in or sign up for a project. Why is it better than an environment? Because it's a file. Because it's a file. An unencrypted file on the file system. Okay, environments are visible to anybody logged into the system in a multi-user environment. Anybody can look at how any command was run at all, whether or not you're that user or not. So let's say I was running this on a multi-user system like skillstack.sh or whatever, right? You never ever want stuff in the environment because anybody else on the system can see whatever's there. It's a super bad practice to do that. But if it's in a file, all they'll see in the env, if they cat it or they ps or whatever, all they'll see is there's a link to that file, but they'd have to have file access permissions, which is a different level of hacking to get that. To see the passwords without that, they just have to look at the environment and have login shell. You know what I'm saying? So, but if it's in the container, it would be even better, right? From scratch multi-stage build, containers contain only one binary file. An image size, check this out, it's easy. A Docker file. Yeah, it's inside the container, that's the difference. Yeah, ACL comes into play with files. It does. So anyone with access to the Docker daemon will have access to the files. Yes. And that's fine with me. I see what you're saying though. If we could, you could actually make it even safer by what is the thing that where you can like snapshot? I haven't done. I've only done it one time. What's that thing where you can like snapshot the container? We could snapshot the container, add stuff into the container, and including the authentication, and then I just have to run the container every time, right? And then it's all completely encapsulated. Is it BuildX? Why is that worse? A Docker commit. Why is that worse? Tell me why. Why do you think that's worse? I mean, yeah, I mean, one thing for sure, we got to get it out of the environment. Right now, if I accidentally run env, you see my stream keys. And so we're going to increment the security at least by one level by putting it in a file. So that's the first thing to do. That's a cache file. So let's go ahead and do that. Man, I would have easily doxed myself on accident on that. So this being a live streamer has made me a much better programmer because it's just made me so paranoid about this stuff. I am going to move this into a file. So you guys, I'm going to just turn my video off for a bit. Don't mind me. I can still see your chat and I can talk. Encrypts the keys using something like Docker Swarm encrypts the keys at rest. Yeah, that's of course the best way to do it. What I would actually do, turn off your Wi-Fi. Why? Why would I turn off my Wi-Fi? Please stand by. Okay. What if OBS bugs out? It has a couple times, but we're fine. I'm living dangerously, I know, but it's worth it. All right, so I thought I was being clever by just not putting him in the script, but I think this is even better. Some soft waiting music. It actually does. We could put coffee music on. Hide your kids. You guys put your own music on. Go find some good music. Do 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 do. Distroless. Man, you guys got so much good information. See, this is why we're going to mine all those URLs out. I can't wait to have like all this chat log available on artibix.gg automatically. That's coming, by the way. And then you guys can go back and do all the search. It was me trying to do girlfriend. I watched that that movie with they chase the guy who does fraud, check fraud. What's that? It's like built in the 60s. Yeah. Nice. So yeah, what am I doing here? Okay, I need to go into my all right. And what can I do here? What is this? I don't even know how to do. It's pretty. I like the movie because I like all the period of it. It's like that's best part of the movie actually. Link scraper. I don't know. Link scraper. Yeah. Well, oh, you're making your own link scraper. Yeah, the thing that's really great about IRC is everybody can make their own tools because they got access. If you use WeChat, you can use a FIFO, you can get your logs, you can do whatever you want. And that is not possible with Discord and not possible with YouTube chat. So it's better all around. It takes a little bit more getting used to, not much, but anyway, let's, what am I doing here? Unfortunately, okay, so I can come back online for a second because I got to do some research that you guys might be interested in. Maybe. So I have to ask the question, format of the env Docker file, because I don't know it. I am still kind of newbie at Kubernetes and Docker, so I'm just going to own it. I'm a great Go programmer, a good sysadmin. I can do a bunch of other great things. It's not like I'm, worried, but Kubernetes and Docker are something that I don't live and use every day because I've been running my own business and I don't need a cloud native architecture for my small business. So that's why I'm behind on all of this, and I'm catching up because I do want to work in the enterprise doing this stuff. So let's see. It's been really fun, actually. What are you looking for? Well, I'm looking for the Docker environment variable file is crucial when you're creating complex container deployments. And we expect from the name, the file allows you to declare environment variables for containers. Comes in quite handy. To make the env network instance of Docker and Docker Compose. So do we have to compose it in? Closed until 2016. Yeah. Well, you know, it's starting to hit mainstream, right? Because it's coming out. It's becoming an enterprise thing. Accounting variables in so it's just variable equals, right? That's it. It's just key value pairs. The value pairs are used in place of declaring variables in the Docker Compose file, which are from in the form of in place of variables in the Docker Compose file. Okay. They cannot be reused from the container, and they must be edited directly. All right. Within the env file, so you can. So basically, thou shalt not use -e. The end for secure data. So the one mule, that's an issue. We need to open a PR request on that because that's a really bad deal. Oh, cool. You're dumping like literally every single. How there's people are gonna hate you. That's really cool, but all right. I mean, we forgive you. Vera, bring him back. Bring him back, Vera. Is he reconnecting on his own? He does he know he can reconnect on his own? This is why he can still see the stream, so we still love him. He just kicked you 6 stopped from the spam stuff, right? We do have a sandbox channel. Gave him a timeout. Yeah, it's just a little timeout. Yeah. Let's see. Within the env file, you can declare just about any kind of variable. For example, databases. There you go. Yeah. Okay. So let's say you have a .env file. The family file the way the same directory. And the env file, you have these lines. Blah blah blah. With those variables declared, how can you make use of them? So from within the Docker Compose file. Okay, fine. I see what's going on. I see how to use it. Using an env file allows you to take a write once, use often approach to configure your containers. Easily edit those values, repurpose a container. You see. I imagine they can. Why not? Did they say they couldn't? It breaks the container from working in Kubernetes? Aha. Well, that just makes me not like Kubernetes. Seriously? Are you trying to tell me Kubernetes requires -e settings? Oh man, you know what? I'm going to tell you right now. From my in like early exposure to Kubernetes, I'm not a fan. That's a go on 3. There's no points. We don't got that running yet. We will. We'll get that eventually. So I can use it. I'm going to use it. Do not pass environment with secret information. We have secrets. Yeah, but that's a swarm thing. So you're saying Kubernetes has the equivalent of swarm secrets? Is that what you're saying? I know you're trying to do all this. We gave you secrets, use the secrets. Yep. Kubernetes does, but the one you sent me is different, right? So this is Docker secrets, not swarm secrets. It's just is using its own secrets. Is okay. Stop scaring him. Yeah. It's that env file for Docker run, and it's kubectl config map for Kubernetes, right? Docker run and config map for Kubernetes. Yeah. All right. So, yep. Let's start. Yeah, I am inclined to use, good things. And I have I have a script for that. So is it? Well, I'm going to test something right now and see if it works. Actually, I'm going to have to test this later. I'm going to put it in my to do, yeah, because I have to take the stream down to test it. So I probably should play around with this stuff. Yeah, I'm going to go back to my other script for now. Yeah. So my question is, where does .env live? Is that a home file? I assume it is. So let's see. I'm going to do a help on that. Env list, set environment variables. Okay. Read in a file of environment variables. So you can point to whatever file you want, and you can just point to home by default. Yeah. HTML file. Oh, it doesn't hurt. Yeah. Very good. Sehr gut. Somebody's rolling the dice there. Yeah, right. All right. So I'm going to come back and fix that when I don't have a lot of stuff at stake here. Yeah. So yeah, because there's just too much at stake to work on that right now on a live stream. But I'll definitely add that later. I'm gonna put in my to-dos. I need to make a script for my to-dos. I've been like a dozen scripts in my life. Actually, I'm gonna open a bug. Port GStreamD. All right. Cube control create secret generic my secret from env file staging.env. Dice is language specific. Is it still there? It's not doing it. Mine's not doing it anyway. Yeah, that means I'd have to have Kubernetes installed, which I don't. I just want to use Docker, and that's kind of the point I was making, is like there's lots of uses for Docker besides integrating it with Kubernetes or some other manager. And that was one of those times. I don't see it on my computer. It's like a useful discussion on container secrets. Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. So yeah, so secrets are a thing. Just remind me not to run env while I'm on this stream, because I will give you all my keys if I do. Which just, I can't, that makes me very uncomfortable. You should never, ever put secure information in your environment. How many people, have you guys ever connected to a database or seen people write a script that connects to a database and puts the password as an argument? That is so stupid. It's really stupid. The only time you would ever do that is if you had absolute positive, assurance that container or whatever thing, that system is never going to be logged into by anybody else ever. Because anybody who can see the environment of the entire system can see your password. Reality is that secrets should never be in a config map. I don't know. How's it going? Thanks for the cheer. You're cheering in. That's cool that you're cheering in IRC. I like that. I see what you did there. That's really cool. We need to make like an emoji or something that gets translated for like cheer 1,000 or something. That'd be fun. Speaking of which, how are we doing on the stream? I got a few people still here, hanging in there. People are hanging in. Hey, Takov. Which RC series? Yep. Did you make it in? Okay. Just checking to make sure. I'm glad to see this because this is why I turned chat on in Twitch so that people can help each other out if they get stuck, which they tend to do. So, live stream. Yep. So, all right. Let's do more streaming of the codes. So, what code can I get done within a reasonable amount of time? I see here. I really need to chop up my log, so I'm going to just do that with a script really quick. Containers are working. You're right. Containers should never contain envs or mount points. This is why containers are working everywhere. It's Docker Swarm, Docker run, and Kubeflow run an extra job to work with envs. Right. So it gets properly handled by our HW encryption controllers. Anything that is considered a secret, password API key, etc., has to go through secrets. So that gets properly handled by our hardware encryption controllers. All right. So when you say secrets, I want to be really sure I know what you're saying. So you are saying it's in the Docker docs under Swarm secrets. So my question is, so Kubernetes, there's Swarm secrets and there's Kubernetes secrets, right? So kubectl run to work with the environment variables. Is that right? But if you're just using Docker by itself, there's no way to deal with that. So if you're creating a container, so the reason actual state of PHP, must learn it in class. You just learn it. It's not going to hurt to learn it. It'll make you a good bug bounty hunter. So if you have to learn it, just don't begrudge it. I don't particularly like it for anything important. I would never build anything in PHP ever. But knowing PHP, you can consider it useful because it'll help you hack. Yeah, DEF CON hackers love PHP. Lots of money in hacking PHP. It's container orchestration tools. I know what those are. I know the difference between Swarm and Kubernetes. I guess what my question is it sounds like they both have a different approach to handling secrets. And what I'd like to read about, if possible, is about how Kubernetes handles secrets so that I could understand why the statement, the -e has to be in the Docker for the environment, translates to use in secrets, because I'd prefer not to do that. PHP doesn't equal WordPress. No, that's true, but PHP is still crappy, like really crappy. Yeah, learn SQL as well. They have their own secret system, right? And so I'd have to read about Kubernetes secrets. I'm not particularly interested in learning about Docker Swarm secrets, but since Docker Swarm comes with Docker, is that true? Is that a true statement? It is, right? Because when you run Docker, you can look at Swarm right away. So Docker help Swarm. I mean, I know it's there, so it comes with Docker already, right? So I guess the conclusion here is, rather than putting it in if I know I'm just using a Docker container and I'm going to use a file and I'm not going to do anything bigger than that, I'm okay. Just put it in a file and point to it when I run Docker, which I'll fix. But since Swarm is already installed with Docker, a safer way to do that would be to use the security stuff that's built into, or secrets that's built into Swarm. And then if I ever migrated over to Kubernetes, I would have to figure out whatever kubectl's version of secrets is and then put the same information in that. So that would mean understanding two different secret systems, and that's probably worth learning. So build a LAMP stack. Oh gosh. They're having you still build a LAMP stack? Oh, and Docker, wow. Yeah, SQL was interesting to learn. Yes. Injection is funny. Bobby tables, you got a good injection thing here? I'm really hungry. I need a snack. With Bobby tables. This is awesome. One of the main ones. Yep. Little Bobby tables. Fine. Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? Yeah. I messed with it for a little bit. Find is a whole desktop environment. It's pretty good. It's all SDL2 based. Yeah, it's super cool. Yeah, and my apps mobile. Yo, that's so cool. I kind of want to see that trip. You gotta you gotta show us that sometime. So Find is a I think Find is a nice alternative to GTK and Qt for Go, um, and it's getting better all the time. It's gonna get really interesting because it's based on SDL2. Can Docker secrets be used with Docker run command? Uh, I never used Docker Swarm. Kubernetes is superior. Well, they're different, right? They do different things. I've heard people say Swarm is just enough, and that Kubernetes is what everybody uses, obviously, but it's overly complex. That's the general take I've heard from it, from a guy who actually researched it and now has a job doing it that I helped. Um, so either way, I'm just gonna put that in, encrypt data. Yeah, this is how I plan on getting my certification, or not really certification, but is I want to go to, I'm just going to go to the Kubernetes docs and read them. I'm going to RTFM, guys. I'm just going to RTFM with everybody else when I'm making my stuff. There's so much data here that you could learn everything about Kubernetes on your own by building your own stack. You don't have to go through a course. If you want to, you can. Encryption provider, yep. I'm going to read this one right away then. So you realize what this means, Vera, right? Yeah, now you've motivated me to make a microservices architecture here in my house. Yeah. Because what I'm going to do, this is what you guys were telling me to do anyway. You're like, hey, set up, yeah, like yeah. And I just got my rack again. It's my IKEA hacked thing, and I put my Macs in there. So I'll put a bunch of Mac Minis in there, and I'll make my Kubernetes thing, and then I'll put my dual streaming thing on that, and we'll see how that goes. There would be network latency, but I imagine it's not that bad. But it'd be interesting to test it out. And in that case, I can actually try. Give me an excuse to use secrets. A cluster for handling your dog. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I do. I have like 30 or 40 Raspberry Pis. Yeah. Of how it's all working. Oh yeah, for sure you need that. Containers registry, the puzzle be solved. Yes. Yep. Just back to plain old. I'm gonna get a snack. I'll be right back. Put some music on, guys. I should probably wait. Let me get a transparent background first. I was looking at that. Should we go with coffee? Some people don't like. The reason I don't do music is because, ooh, this is a new one. Oh, that is cool. That's cool, man. Let's do that one. I have to turn my transparency back off. You always have to go back to black because the color combinations get all whack when you try to do it without black. In case you're wondering. So there we go. It needs to be darker. Just a little darker. I am OCD. Just a little bit. How about that? There. 100% air gap from the internet. Nice. That's a thicket. Yeah, it's because I kept inheriting a new Raspberry Pi after every class for like 5 years. So yeah, I have a lot of them. Yeah, but they're old. I have like 3s and 4s and stuff. I also have 15 Mac Minis. I do. I have 15 2014 Mac Minis that are absolutely not worth selling, and I had Rancher OS on them before. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put it down there again, and it's funny because I just cleaned them off to try to sell them off, and now I'm really want to keep them now because that'll give me like an extra cluster. I can have like 2 clusters in here. I can have a traditional Kubernetes cluster, and then I can have an edge cluster that's using K3OS. So that's what I have 2 clusters. I can have like one that's like Kubernetes, right? And then one that's sort of the edgy thing that's all running off a stack of like, 9, 10, 8, whatever. ML engineers and devs send jobs directly into the clusters. Wow. Wow, that's super cool. You should rent them out to us. That would be fun. Yeah. Well, what we're gonna do. So part of this project is actually helping you guys build your own. So if you want to learn, it's not too hard actually. It doesn't cost you that much money. You really only need like 6 or 7 pies, which a couple $100 plus a rack, and a way to network them up. So you gotta have a network thing. And I have power on Ethernet, which is super cool for the pies, because then I don't have to have extra power cables. So I do plan on eventually getting like a camera so I can show you guys all of that, because I'm gonna have fun going through that myself. I'm gonna kind of orchestrate my own training on this. In the meantime, though, I'm still looking for like Go programming jobs. This is what I kind of want to do. I want to get my plans for the year are to pick up, continue on with my Go knowledge, which I've been doing since 2014, and then to get my Go cloud native computing and gRPC skills up so I can write Go applications that run in the cloud. And that's employable right there all by itself. I mean, that's a very employable skill. And then I can write cloud native applications for a career position or something like that, and while I'm building up all of my Kubernetes clusters and everything. And that'll be kind of a secondary thing. I don't feel like I need to do that before I apply for a full-time job. There's a couple of places that, I haven't even put that many resumes out for them. But it's definitely the path I want to take. I really want to get into IoT edge computing and writing, C code for microcontrollers that talks, gRPC and protobuf and all that, and maybe using TinyGo. That's like my long-term goal. So there's lots of startups that we could make too. There's just so many possibilities, right? What's that? Developer roadmap? Ooh, very nice. I wish that would pull up. I got to get a better way to do this. It's because I had to go with a larger font, so I have to kind of do it in 2 stages. Whoopsie. There we go. So, ooh, look at this. Oh, I've seen this one before. Yeah. I have this somewhere. I have it printed out somewhere. This is a really good one. I'm glad you found that again, though. I actually have it in RWX GG somewhere. Yeah, and I agree with almost everything that's on here. There's another one that I don't. It's different than this one that I don't particularly like. I agree with their first picks on this a lot more. This is a no. Just no. Don't use any of that shit. Just learn Bash. You don't need any of that. Vim. It's pretty good though. I've looked over this several times. The last time I did this, I looked over it was like November of last year. No, 2 Novembers ago. Operating systems: Ubuntu, CentOS, Linux, FreeBSD. Learn how to manage servers. Learn everything. Learn about HTTP. How do I set up a reverse proxy? This just scares the crap out of beginners, though. I can't really. Yeah, Python, C, Profit. Yeah, a lot of people do that. I'm more of a Go guy, but I know I've used Python a lot. I think it's seen its best days. It's still going to be around forever. Hey, Terraform is a mandatory learning thing. I haven't done Terraform. You have to pay for, though. You can't even test Terraform unless you pay for it. I was talking to somebody about that. Sometimes you need grep and not awk. awk. Okay, I'll give you awk. Awk print 0, print 1. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Like your system administration stuff, grep. Yeah, I use grep all the time for that. For that, that's completely fair point. Fair point. Terraform Tower is not good. I don't learn anything that uses backslashes. Yeah, grep is fine, but and I hate Terraform. 3 grep commands, regex like goodbye. Right. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna say more on that. It's unfortunate they didn't put Perl here. Perl is hands down the best test manipulation tool on the planet, and they didn't list it. It beats all of those, and it was actually designed to replace all of these, and it comes on everything these days. I'll reach for Perl before Hawk every time. Some things though I've got hard coded in my brain, like awk print 0, print 1, just like to grab one field out of a thing. But I don't use that anymore. Bash parameter expansion is so good now that you can really get away with a lot. Want to be with standard and not a config tool. Yeah. Elastic Stack. Yeah, well, you know, Perl is one of these things. It's not like a primary thing to learn. Perl regexes are the best though. If you're going to learn regex, learn Perl regexes, which are the same as JavaScript and Python. So at least unmanaged bare metal K-trace cluster. Yes. Yep, that's what I want. Yep, and then I want to make some applications on it that are going to use it. And yes, you need to learn these other cloud providers. These are the sort of developer-based cloud providers, and these are the production cloud providers. Yeah, me too. Perl was my favorite. It really was. I always hated JavaScript, but you gotta understand, I grew up with the crappy JavaScript, and people would make things spin with it and stuff. I was like, that's not a language. It's not the same today. 2021, JavaScript is full-blown production language. Yeah. Yeah. Your Schwartz's column. Yep. 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 I had drinks with Randall Schwartz in Portland back in the day when he got when we were doing Save Randall. Do you remember Save Randall, Q? Yep. Mr. Merlin. Everybody knew who he was. Oh, did you at OSCON? Nice. Yeah. I mean, he's a nice guy, really down to earth. He's kind of quirky, like anybody. I learned a lot from him on UCP news groups. I learned so much. It was like the Reddit of the day, right? It's still a Reddit. Yeah. You could just sit and like comb over your UCP news groups, and was it alt bin Perl or whatever? Alt lang Perl, I think it was. I don't remember. I definitely need a snack. I'm gonna go get a snack. Oh hey, yeah. Here's a nice pretty background for you while I get a snack. Be back soon. It's actually good. If you like overly toast, try it. If you like have problems with like acid in your stomach, I know that's weird, but if you overly toast your toast, it makes your tummy nice and cozy. It's kind of cool. I mean, you guys see how much coffee I sucked down, right? All that acid. So sometimes I'll like completely blacken a piece of toast, and it fixes it. You know, I didn't. Nobody told me to do it. I just did it. I was like, I feel better after I ate a really, burned piece of toast. So things you learned the hard way. Biological chemical protein synthesis. Reducing the sugars that give brown food its distinct flavor. Very cool. Today I learned about the Maillard reaction. I love our stream. You guys are so full of useless, awesome information and useful information. This is very useful. Pardon. Tell her talker. No. I don't know. And I don't have to put butter on it. Stuff. I don't mind. I'm not against butter, but my wife, she's German. Oh my god, when she puts butter on stuff, it's like she puts butter on stuff. She does not hold back. She loves her cream in her coffee. She just loves fat. Anyway, so many things to do today. All right, little shell scripting here. Tiny little project I want to do. Bacon Germans, yeah. You sous vide it. Ça me semble très français. C'est comme ça que l'on fait en France. Dis-moi. Il y a des Français là? Eh ben, non? Pas de Français? Mais dommage, c'est dommage ça. Oui, oui, il y en a? Mais c'est chouette ça. C'est cool. C'est cool. Ah, I just have to look at this for a second. Just relax. Calm myself down. Warm myself up. Look at that beautiful snow. Completely fake. God bless Unity. All right, so probably not. So I started writing this chop up script to chop stuff up, and let me just recap what I need to do. So I need to parse all of this. Wait, why is it? And I remember what happened last time. I went down a rabbit hole because I wanted to be able to reuse my code in my other parser. So no, I think I can get away with doing this for shell. I remember what we were doing. Okay, so let's take one of these right here. And we're gonna mess with it. And so we need to parse this guy. You know, I could probably use it on the command line. I'm trying to think here. I'm trying to think if the date command, I think it does have a parser, but I wonder how good it is. I wonder if it's as good as the Go one. So time described by string. Yeah. I'll have to find the parser. Date equals dash dash date, whatever. Yeah, I can try this. Let me try this. Let me try this. CD RBXRob, CD into log. So date. Actually, no. Let's see here. Date equals I think that we can just use the date command to do this, so I don't want to by string not now. I know how to do this in Go. It'd be like really easy. I could write a little utility like 10 minutes, but I kind of want to do it with Bash without having to do that. Yeah, there we go. Date equals time zone. Date equal, here we go. The date equals string is the most is a mostly free format human readable date string such as blah. Next, there's a date string can contain items indicated. You know what? We might actually already have it without this. Invalidate. Damn it. Well, it's worth a try. Yeah, it's not good enough. It doesn't parse it well enough. I'm gonna have to write this. So I'll just write a Go, some Go code, not too hard. Chop up. Yeah, I might as well just do this with Go. Go can do the date parsing, so I might as well do it for the rest. Here's a good example of when Python Go crosses over into the Python space. Um, do 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 do. Gosh dang it. Boom boom. Boop boop beep boop boom boom. Chop up to chop up. It's probably not going to do the thing because it's not. Yeah, I was afraid of that. What do you mean it's not terminated? Oh. There we go. So mismatch returns two values. We don't care about the error. There we go. Okay, so now we need to give it what for. I don't remember which one comes first, so I'm going to have to look that up. I have to go look it up. There it is, time package. Go times are crazy cool. At first you encounter them, you're kind of freaking out, but then you're like, oh my god, this makes so much sense. I just can never remember the date. There we go. Parse, where are you? Dep, nope. Where are you? I know you're in here somewhere. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, parse duration. Nope. Where are you? Parse, there you are. So the layout's first and then the value, okay. So I got it backwards. Oopsie daisy. All right, so the layout is pound space, and then we have to figure out I want to say it's January. It is January. It's January. I can't remember the exact date. I always have to remember. There it is. January. Wait, Tuesday. Monday. Monday. It has to be this specific day. Yep. It's the day that Go started, apparently. January 2nd, maybe. I don't know. I can have that wrong, but 2, comma, 1504. Wait, then we have the year, which is 2006. And don't need the rest. 3:54 a.m. So we have to do 50 minus 12. Is that 3:04:05? 3:04:05 p.m. I can't remember. Yeah, p.m. And I'll get rid of that space at the end. Oh, we have received a humble raid. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Raid courtesy of Anwang. I can come say hi. You know, I went ahead and tried to make raiding a thing again. I turned it on because I still, that's like one of my favorite things about Twitch. You know what I mean? It is. It's still one of my favorite things about Twitch. and that whole building of community that happens from rating. And I actually want to start doing it again. So that's why I have 2 stream managers and I'm dual streaming now. So even though I see your message there, hey DeepleMC, thank you so much. To Twitch chat from time to time. I've made the IRC chat available, right? So yeah, there you go. Yep. Chad move. I can't look at all the chats. There's like multiple chats. If I did, I wouldn't be getting anything done. So I was able to join RC. So like who we got over here in YouTube land? Here's some YouTubers. Hey guys. Hey, there's MK. Hacker Grandpa's back. Doesn't it show on stream? I told you it wouldn't show on stream. You want to see where it says that? It says it in the about page. I'm going to have to put it in every title from now on so people know that it's not going to show on stream because I'm never going to bridge it. It's not worth it. Yeah, if you want to chat in IRC. Yeah. If you guys want to back channel stuff, you can totally do that though. So try to tell me what? That we need to bridge it? I'm not bridging it. I'm not bridging it. I'm not doing it. It's too much of a hassle. I'm not doing it. Because then we have to bridge every single possible chat platform out there. But people don't read. I think putting it in the title is really the way to go. So I'll make sure that's in the title every single time. But like I said, there are alternatives. Oh, right. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. So I mean no disrespect to those of you who are in Twitch and YouTube. I just prefer to allow people to chat on my stream who are in IRC because I can participate in my point system and all the fun stuff that we have going on. Also, we have control. We have more control over the chat. You have options. You don't have to just use YouTube. You can use any number of IRC clients to look at the chat. And you can participate in the chat even when I'm offline. Can't do that with YouTube. Can't do that with Twitch. Twitch you can actually. But uh-oh, there you go. Yep. You can connect however you want. There's multiple ways of getting in. So choice is the reason. I know it's a little more convoluted and it's not intuitive, but you know, the amount of choice that you have and the automations that you can put and build into your IRC client. We've already had people build URL scrapers and stuff like that. All of that is totally easy with IRC. It's much harder with YouTube, Discord, Twitch, and all that. And it's consistent. And there's tools that have been made to do an IRC for years. So really no reason to mess with that. All right, so let me run this again. Hey, look at that. I got the time. So did it get it right, though, is the real question. So let me see this. So I'm going to say, we'll say this one will be FMT. And we'll say that is the layout. And this is the actual value. And then I'll change these down here to be F and there we go. Actually, F and V. The reason because I want to print the V to make sure I've got him right. So the parser is working. So, okay, this is 3:50 and 24 seconds UTC. We should probably put, you know what? I never did. I never put what time zone it's in. So there. I wonder if I should have put, if I should put that in my timestamps from now on. What do you guys think? Do you think my timestamp should have a time zone in them? Probably should, right? You understand where I'm coming from? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. What's that? Somebody said something about indexing. You can also index the history of YouTube on Twitch VODs, as far as I'm aware. Yeah. What are you talking about? You can't index the history? What does that mean? I think you can. I think you can. Let me know. I'm almost positive you can list them all out, all of the videos. Yeah. He would add the time zone. I think I need to add them. This has always been in the same time zone. So my problem is that I'm going to have to go add for. I'm going to have to go back, go back and say, and add time zone stuff to everything, which I probably should do because of the hour daylight savings time and all that stuff. Oh, right. Oh, right. I can't index the chat. That's the biggest thing. That was a big deal. In case anybody's wondering what that is, I'll show you real quick. If you go, you guys know this, right? This is such a huge thing for me. I just cannot even tell you. So as an educational streamer, I still have to go through them and timestamp them. I don't want to use Unix timestamps because this is stuff that's going to go into a blog. That's why I don't use Unix timestamps. Otherwise, I would totally do that. You know, I could do that though. Why not? You know what? I could use Unix timestamps, and I could use JavaScript in the rendering. I want to use timestamps, Unix timestamps, really badly. Well, look, guys. Okay, I know everybody wants. You guys are all geeky, and you want that, but this is the problem. People need to be able to read it. You know what I mean? And when I'm going through my thing, when people go through it, if they're just going through the README, I mean, if I had that, I could have the timestamp in addition to this. That would be the thing to do, right? That's probably the thing to do. Yeah. So, I don't know what you're talking about. Hi, TNT. I'm trying to chop up my blog, my notes, my log into year, month, day. Right now it's just one big file. I've done this many times. I've gone back and forth between which way I want to keep it, and I've decided I want to, at least right now, break it down into subdirectories. And so that's what I'm going to write a little script that dynamically creates all the subdirectories and transfers this whole file into that. Just add it. Right. That shows Unix time. That would be fun. Yeah. Nothing I'm doing is related to the IRC logs. You guys were talking about something else. So, another reason I want to keep it readable is because people are coming at this from, they're coming at this from, they're just going to GitHub, and so I want to be able to read it, and they might not know what time of day or what or anything. I do think it would be kind of fun to have the option to put a Unix timestamp over here, and I might actually do that. The thing that'd be cool about that is that you could sort based on that. You know what I mean? Like if you really wanted to sort just using shell scripts and stuff, you could sort on that. Otherwise, you have to do this conversion that I have to do, which is annoying, right? If I had that, I could parse the thing right away and it'd be done. Yeah. And it's rendered parsing Unix timestamp. Yeah. Yeah. But the problem is that the raw source code, the raw markdown is, what people read on GitHub. So I don't want to totally lose it. But I think that would be fine to put the timestamp over here. I think that might be fun. It's like the start date. I want to do that. I definitely want to do that because, you know why? Because then if I'm grepping, I can grep out all the stuff that starts with hashtag that's not in a code block or something. And then I can go grab the thing that's between brackets, and then I can convert the time and date, and I don't have to mess with all this other crap. So I like this idea for a log stamp that's that's English. The other thing too is that would be language. You know what? This is good stuff, because this is language independent. Because if we do that and somebody renders it in French, anybody could go to the source files and still figure out what date it is just by looking for just by looking for that. I love this idea. Syncing content with HTML5 video. We were talking. No. So let me go back to what I didn't finish. Where you match live stream to IRC logs. That would be super awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's on the screen. So, but yeah, if somebody wanted to do that, the thing I was mostly going to show people was that if you go here and if you go look up the editor's one, right? So the editor's video will show you what I'm meaning. Yeah. It's the only one I've added things to. Oh, hey, look, I have a fancy shirt on. So you see how these things right here, this here, you can't do that with Twitch. Can't do it with Twitch. So if you want to just read about Sublime or jump to Sublime Text, click on it, boom. You want to click on Electron, click on that, boom. And the only way, the way you add these things is you, this is by the way why I'm getting rid of this. I'm not doing chat relays, sorry. So in Twitch and YouTube, you can just know that if you chat there, it's going to be discarded. The only chat that's going to stay is going to be IRC chat. An overlay, I don't intend to do that. I've got an overlay right now. That's fine enough. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We can talk about it, but so yeah. Anyway, here we go. So in this description here, this is what I was talking about. So in the description, you have to have a 000, by the way, or it won't pick it up. But if you have that, then it'll do this. You can put all these little guys here, and then people can jump right to it, and they get that method right there as it is. The problem is this is really great because then I don't have to do any republishing to Vimeo or stuff like that. It's just so great. Really, really like it. So yeah. YouTube chat, yes. Is that French? Yes. All right. We also have the exact time the stream published from YouTube API. Yes, we do. And those are all things that we can sync up at some point. So that'll be really fun to add at some point. Where, you know, there's just all kinds of possibilities. So yeah. We got baited. AY Wang. You guys, Mr. Wang, I hope you don't get mad at me. Thank you for raiding. I appreciate the raid. I will raid you back someday, I promise. What's this AMA about? It's about whatever, right here, the title. We're just talking about all kinds of things. This is just me working all the time. It's not really an AMA. Every single stream I do is an AMA. Every single one. So AMA is life. That's going to go in my notes. AMA is life. So yeah, we use IRC, so you can just click on this. Thank you, whoever's watching out for us in here. Yeah, thank you very much for kind of holding the fort down in Twitch. That's kind of fun if we have that. I almost need to make you moderator or something if you want to be. So you can kind of hold that down. I really don't want people who raid to feel bad. I don't. That's not. I want them to participate, but you know, I've talked about the reasons. So, hey, we got an extra like. Thank you for the likes and the subs and all of that jazz. The Patreon, if you want to. I feel like one of these, you know, ShamWow people shilling things. To moderate, you know, you might could do that for me since you're over there. You know what? You're a mod. Congrats to my mod stream. You've definitely earned it. Just be nice, okay? If you're on mobile, get wrecked. If you're on mobile, I don't know about that. If you're on mobile, let's talk about that, Debo. Are you still here? Probably not. You can put IRC on there. Getting volunteered. No, So Devo, I have a question. So tell me about that. Tell me about how you experience the stream. You're on a phone or something. Because I want to make an informed decision here. We can bridge IRC and Twitch, but it's a pain in the butt, and it usually lags. And we can do it. The technology exists to do it. So I'm just trying to decide whether to make a true IRC bridge to it. There would be problems with that, though. Some problems with that, because I'd have to also have a bot in here that just answers for me. You know what I mean? And that would get annoying. I mean, I could definitely do it, but since Twitch chat is also IRC, it might be worth bridging. It's super easy to bridge, actually. I already had it bridged before. So all I have to do to do that bridge is just have this, just read from the FIFO and then paste it to the other thing. I don't even have to log in. Yeah. Use mobile and stream to TV via Chromecast. Yeah. Yeah. If you're streaming, okay. So if you're doing that, I would think that you wouldn't be chatting, right? Is that fair to say? I just feel like if we start bridging everything, it's going to be a slippery slope. Also, I mean, Twitch people are used to their comments being public, right? So that's fine. But I thought it might be cool for people to know they have kind of a back channel on Twitch, so they could stay things. The thing I'm really concerned about is what happens when another service comes around. I mean, there are so many streaming services popping up now that the way that the future is going to be broadcasting to multiple services at the same time. And it's not an about face. This is not an about face. I'm asking the users what they want. And if that means I change my mind, I change my mind. Deal with it. Yeah. Yeah, oh, definitely, Og. We're definitely going to do that. Okay, so that's actually part of where I was going with this, but I don't want it to be mean. So here's the thing. If somebody has a legitimate need to thumb chat a question from their phone, you can get an IRC client to do that. In fact, we should probably research that right now. Let me go see what ones are out there. Does anybody have a smartphone right now? Can I give a challenge to the community? If you want to promote autodidactic, yeah, I agree, Og. I agree, but I also don't want to do things that are not sustainable for other streamers, right? Our particular community, I really feel like learning the IRC is a kind of a rite of passage. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that, but I'm also trying to consider, what's good for the world if somebody else wanted to do live streaming the way we're doing it. And frankly, I really don't need to think about that. If those people are just going to use Restream, bottom line, they're just going to turnkey, use Restream or Promovision or whatever, and they're gonna click on a stream fair, and they're just gonna turn it on, just use it. You know what I mean? So, you found an IRC one, nice. So what I would like to do, I think, is, because look, we've only been doing IRC for what, 3 days? 3 days. So we're still learning a lot about our community and what they can do and what they can't do, what's okay, what's acceptable. And on RBXGG, I'm definitely going to make a page and a video that's all about IRC. It's just everything, all the IRC stuff. Here's the app. Here's a link to the app for Mac. Here's the link to the best app that we know of for this. Here's the Hex Chat link. Here's the website if you just want to click on something and have it work. If you're on mobile, do this. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't on my phone already. I don't know. Yeah. So, and then I really want to articulate that I really feel like the extra effort people go to do that, that will actually benefit them, because it's going to open an entirely new world of access to stuff you've never known existed. Going to different IRC channels is some of the most amazing sources for content you will ever find. And so many people don't even know it exists. A small enough use case for your viewers, but that probably don't need to worry about it. Yeah. That might leave a noob feeling kind of helpless. Yeah. Well, I tried really hard to have a noob saying, hey, but anyone determined certainly would not be daunted. I was kind of, well, no, I mean, I'm asking a legitimate question. There are beginners. I was a little bit rougher in this earlier. I was a little bit more gruff in saying so, but before I think I said something like, if you can't read, go here to chat, then forget it. Screw you. but if let's be fair, most of the people who chat at me in YouTube and Twitch who don't read are not people I want to have on my live chat, because they're the things that they're asking about are not suitable, and they need to spend a little bit more time, watching and getting questions and stuff like that taken care of before they. And that's why I opened the chat up, by the way. So that's why I opened the chat back up. Nick Vera, oh, look what you did. I can change my name and type in chat, and I thought the great Rob made a mistake. My keyboard needed a replug. Don't call me the great Rob ever again. Don't ever call me that again. There's no objective evidence that I am the great Rob. Just noobs and nubs. Grandpas and babies, like somebody said. But it's been a big part of my modus operandi to not scare beginners away. And Vera, I got to tell you, your BOFH is like right on the border there. I love you, dude, but do not scare away the beginners, because we want everybody to feel welcome above everything else we do. And that's a big part of who I am in terms of like my job that I created for myself like 8 years ago doing mentoring, because I want beginners to feel like everybody can have access. And I knew making IRC was immediately going to lend in itself to this elitist feeling. And because it's very elitist, but it's very empowering when you do it. It's so fun. But I don't want everybody to feel that they can't have access, or there's no one here to help them and that kind of thing. Happy POF. I think you should host your own IRC service. A lot of people have suggested that. One that is flexible in both form factors if you find it possible. We don't actually, I don't need to host IRC for that. We can do that on that's not a factor of hosting a service. That kind of thinking actually lends itself kind of from like Discord or something like that. We already have that. We already have that because on Freenode you can do it, and then you can provide any kind of input you want. You can literally make any input you want into the IRC system. So next we'll move to PeerTube. We looked at PeerTube today, and I threw it right out because it did not have obfuscation for the stream keys, and I was like, if they don't know how to do that, I don't want anything to do with them. I threw them right out of the window. It's like, seriously, if you're trying to pretend to be a streaming service and you do not know to obfuscate your stream key, you've already exhibited your level of stupidity that I'm not interested in anymore. So, what was that? Somebody had a question. 365. Which one? Is your full name Robert or Rob? Roberto Robert. C'est mon nom. Robert. Ça c'est mon nom. I'm also using an alternative Twitch client and thus don't see the description. Really? This is why I'm asking questions, because I don't want to make assumptions. You don't see the description at all. Interesting. At a bot, several people have suggested a bot, and I think that's probably time for us to do that. Yep. Très beau prénom, Robert. Merci. Yeah, I'm thinking here. I think we've had enough people on my mobile. I didn't see the description. Same thing, huh? Interesting. So a bot is definitely the way to go. I do Q&A all the time. This has been one full stream of Q&A. I've been trying to get, it's a whatever stream. So whenever I do a whatever stream, you just feel free to ask whatever, and I'll try to get to it if I can. Otherwise, I'm going to just be coding. But the reason this is really important to me. So I've made a decision today. We are definitely going to add, I'm going to add some level of bot for Twitch and for, I don't think we need a Discord integration. I really don't think we need that. I think that's just unnecessary. And YouTube. We need a bot for YouTube that says, actually, has anybody browsed on YouTube and had trouble seeing the description as well? I don't like exclamation point commands. The reason I don't like exclamation point commands is because they're unnecessary like noise in the chat. And I want to try to keep the chat down to, you know, stuff of higher value, even entertainment stuff, you know, like ASCII art's fine. But I think I've watched a lot of streams on Twitch that have so many exclamation point commands that it really distracts from the flow of the chat. And, you know, you're already fighting emoji spammers and stuff like that. So I'd rather not use exclamation point commands personally. Yeah, it's okay. But I'd rather not use those, personally. That's me. If you use slash with, we will probably have slash commands though. So slash commands in IRC do not show in the chat. Sometimes the result of it shows in the chat, but the actual slash does not show in the chat, right? So dash is the best prefix. So what is the bot's job going to be? All the bot is going to do is say, this is where you go to chat. every 2 minutes. Or not. I mean, I don't know. Streams element, you can filter the chat. You don't have to do that. Yeah, but I don't. Stream elements is shit. I'm never using it. Yeah, stream elements is completely unnecessary. It is. It's a technology that shouldn't have existed, but it only existed because of the nature of how Twitch works. Which is, I'm trying to be as fair as I can there. Anyway. All right, so chat's getting logged. Yep. And you'll be able to search the chat through a search engine. And you'll be able to go to a page that has all of the links. You know what I mean? Oh, look at that. And so, yeah. Slash itself is not sent to the channel. Right. Was that a good choice? What are you talking about? Having an IRC? I think this is a wonderful choice. So far, none of the choices I regret at all. And I don't feel like I'm going back on anything. I'm supplementing things. So I said no Twitch. I wasn't even going to stream to Twitch. And then I found new information. I found out that I could stream from my system, which is what I was doing earlier tonight. And I could split the stream and there would be no lag. It would actually be 3 seconds. So all of the reasons for not streaming to Twitch went away. Because before that, I had a dependency on Restream, which was really screwing everything up. And that's gone now. So that allowed me to stream to Twitch, which indirectly led to me activating chat on Twitch with the caveat that you're not going to be seen here. But we still have to deal with people who raid me and feel like they got ripped off. I feel bad about that. To read UTF-8 characters through links. Absolutely. We do it all the time. In fact, if you change your name, change your name to something else. It'll show you some emojis that I've already got on here. I turned off joins and stuff, which used to have like a hand wave and everything. So yeah, I bet I'd look very slimming and green. I would. I know black makes me fat. And my jammies. Did you ask a question? Oh, sorry. Let me go look. Let me go look at your question. JS is very versatile language. Yeah. Yep. Machine learning, yes, but mostly you're consuming models that have been created, not making them. TensorFlow.js, for example. To dev side, I use Python's Django instead of MeanStack. Yep. Well, I mean, those are old tech. Those are old technologies that I don't particularly like. You know, Python, Django, and Flask, there's tons and tons of code out there. You can get a job maintaining, but I would never write anything new in it. Because they're all server-heavy technologies, kind of like Rails. There's, PHP, Rails, WordPress, Django, Flask. They're all from the same generation of server heavy web applications, or and I'm not a fan of that. It's the modern stack for that is more of a Jamstack. It has a heavy front end, really lightweight back end that just talks JSON, and then a GraphQL API that it queries against. So that's the modern stack. So those other technologies are fine. There's lots of work in them, but I just would not use it myself. Yep, it's all logged, and you'll be able to search it eventually, and there's going to be another page that just has all the links, and it's in real time. So if you go to whatever, you'll be able to click on it and say, hey, here's a link, if you can't click it in the RC or you forgot it and don't know where it's at. So we have like all the bookmarks from everything that's been linked. Because you're turning 18, there needs to make some choices. Yep. If you're trying to make choices, RPX, RXX. That's pretty funny. My suggestion is to learn JavaScript, learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript enough to do the DOM, and learn Linux, of course. Learn Pandoc to take notes with. Learn, and I personally think you should learn, JavaScript a little bit more. But more important than that, you learn Go as a backend language, and then so between Java, and then you can take that wherever you want to go. And no pun intended, but yeah, if you have Bash with that, right? So if you have the basic web stuff, not like deep, and by the way, I do beginner boosts in this very stuff every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from midnight to 4 a.m. I cover that stuff, and we're currently on, I think, week 9 going through the Learning Web Design book. And so it's going to take you time. You can't just say you're going to do it in a week. Or some people think that they can become like an IT professional in 30 days with even if they work 8 hours a day. And I'm like, no, it's more about exposure to lots of things. You got to be in it for the long haul, and you better be doing something every day. If you're trying to cram it all in on the weekend, I don't think it's going to work that way, because you can't, you can't continue. That's not how our brain works, right? It needs repetition. It needs consistency. And it's a fact that if you try to learn stuff fast, it doesn't stick as well as if you learn the same thing over time. And so it's really important that you be constantly working on learning something new. And I talk about that a lot in the Autodidactic Habits, which I want to redo. Actually, I was going through watching them. It's not a 9 to 5, right? Yeah, this is true. Every single lang has a good thing that you can go for. Yeah. Yeah, Go is a pretty damn fast language to learn. This is why I made that now infamous video about Go over Rust, because when I called Go, Rust is slow, and that's because it's slower to learn and to code in, and those are not things you want to do, particularly in a language that's not very employable right now. It's getting more so, but Go is, right? Go is very employable for very high dollar figures. And it can be used all over the place. It's the core language for cloud native computing and a bunch of other stuff. What's up with the CVE? What is up with that? Is that the time? I have that discipline that is part of the issue. JS is the weirdest slang I've ever seen. Modern, so the JavaScript Way is probably the best book out there right now on that if you want to do that. Go can, yeah. It has been compiled to WebAssembly. Yep, it can. It has been and can be. Go look at TinyGo. It does all of that. Yep. Yep. I personally, you might think I'm crazy, but I think Go is going to replace the AP Computer Science program at some point. Give it time. It has more adoption, the AP Computer Science curriculum in America, which does computer science, language, has to pick a language, picks the subset of Java because it's strictly typed. And so they're going to have to stay with a strictly typed language. And the easiest, most approachable language to learn for beginners is definitely Go right now. There's some argument to use C versus that, but in terms of some people would argue that they should learn Python as the first language, and that might get picked but that would take a real serious change in the assumptions about what they want out of AP Computer Science. By teaching a loosey-goosey Python language, it's easier to learn it as a first language, but you miss a lot of stuff when you learn JavaScript or Python first. I've seen this. This is why I know. So you don't think about coding in terms of data and what type of data you're dealing with. You think of it in terms of like, what can this thing morph into, right? And you get in all kinds of trouble because of that. The whole world is kind of like, losing its romance with interpreted languages right now, I think. Go is greater than Python and Go is greater than JS. They're different. They're different languages. It's not that I would not say Go is better than Python or JS. No, it depending on what you're using, one is better than the other one, right? So you should learn them all. I think the languages everybody should know before they go to get a job is web. That includes the JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. A little bit of bash scripting, not a lot, because you got to know Linux. You just have to know Linux, people. If you can't do Docker without Linux, really, well, technically you can, but you really don't want to. So learn a little bash and Linux. And Go is your compiled, structured, high-performance language. And then Python, and then because Python is still really prevalent out there, and then add on any other languages you want after that. But that's a really solid stack of developer languages that you can use, that you can do anything with. Go is highly concurrent, cross-compiled, blah, blah, blah. And then Python and Haskell, yeah. Yeah. I learned Java and then JS, yeah. Yeah, Python is a good language for coding interviews because it has data structures built into it. I read a good review on that from a guy from Google. But they're making algorithm coding reviews illegal in New York. Did you see this? I love this. This really makes me happy. Yep. They're getting sued or something. It might not be illegal. CPP is the worst. Yeah, well, it's not object-oriented programming in the first place. People make that mistake all the time, but I don't want to get into that right now. C++ is not object-oriented programming. Yeah, there's Java. I know. Unpopular opinion, but it's true. And it's held by some of the biggest architects in the world, including Jim Coplane. It's class-based. It's class-based programming. It's not object-oriented programming. JavaScript is more object-oriented programming than Java is. Yeah, the verbose expression in Java turned me off. I coded Java professionally for years. On the time I'd spent because of the Python 2, yeah. Yeah, oh God, don't even get me started on that. Not to mention, like, the virtual environment, you have to pass the whole thing over to every, yeah. You guys want to see a funny thing about that? This was in the, okay, I have to show you this. I can't resist. Oh, please, I hope I didn't delete it. Oh, I hope I didn't delete it. Crap. Yeah, okay. All right, so... so here we go. Okay, this was from the 10 languages you should learn in 2021. It was like the very top of it. If I can find it. I think it might be gone now. Dang it. Shoot. It's on my Twitter, so I can go get it up from there. Oh, man. It's in my downloads. Where is it? Dagnabbit. That's not there. I'm going to have to leave my Twitter. I must be fading because I'm like doing crazy things. Yeah, they want to learn a language before they want to learn programming. Totally true. Good point. Good point. But you do have to learn the syntax, so that's a good place to start. It's a very good place to start. He deleted it. He deleted it. I got Cawthorn to take down his tweet. He's the representative who put cry more lib. He took it down. I got him to take it down. I got him to take it down. I got him to take it down. I am so happy about that. All right. That's not what I came here for. This is interesting. This is related to Python, so I thought hey, here we go. You see anything wrong with this? Do you see anything wrong right now? That's a clip moment. Scary stuff. 20 points. What's wrong with this? You can clip. I turned it on. Test that. Test the clips. You should be able to clip. I turned clipping back on. I know. So not only is it Python 2, but it's smart quotes. Yeah, I turned it on, Abanar. I turned it on because I wanna let, you know, Twitch people have their fun, I guess. Misses the brackets. I think he meant Python 2 is the language of the future. This was a monstrously huge blog post that got like thousands of retweets and hits, and I was like, I totally railed on him. I went, I'm sorry, I swore over here. I just couldn't help it. RWX bot. Uh-oh, we got a bot now. Underlying detection is to protect the packet incorrectly. Why are you doing that? Don't do that right now. Don't do that. Oh, you're doing the CV thing. I don't want to have people dumping CVEs into the chat, Vera. I know it's a good way to explore, but don't do that. Don't do that. Turn that off. That could be a side channel. I do not want 4-page dumps just because somebody wants to look it up. Can we even take this? Okay, thanks, Vera. Yeah, there is no help. That's the other thing. You're like freaking people out because now they think there's other things happening that they can't see. Oh, wait. Oh, this was in a different channel. That was in a different channel. Oh, okay. Sorry. I take it. Oh, no, it was in the same channel. Never mind. Message to user. Oh, okay. No problem. Off topic is a good place for that. Anyway, so yeah. I thought I was just going up and down and I didn't realize what I was doing. This is what you get from like bloggers out there. They're like, we're going to cut and paste this code that we're not even going to run. Clips works, TNT. I got him to take it down. I won the Twitter war. He's such a little dweeb. Seriously, his first act as our newly elected representative was to turn to the divided masses and console them with the words, "Cry more, lib." The youngest representative ever elected in history decides to celebrate his new victory by saying, "Cry more, lib." And it had gone underground. Nobody even saw it or cared anymore. And then I retweeted it yesterday. And I said, this tweet is holding up very nicely, isn't it? Because this is the same guy who's now going to be coming under scrutiny for participating in all of the Capitol stuff. And he's like, oh, crap. People have to see that I'm not against them. They're going to come after me. All of a sudden, people have morals. It's like, it's just the funniest thing. It's a political conversation. I don't want to go there, but not today anyway. Oh, boy. I don't know if I want to run that right now. I'm too embarrassed. Why do you think the last YouTube bug which allowed to see image content of private videos if you use the ID? Oh, yeah. I don't think anybody should put anything on the internet at all, private or otherwise, that they don't want to be plastered all over Twitter. The end. That's what I think. That's what I think. Because there's really no true privacy, period. The only true privacy is like really serious encryption that most people are not capable of doing. And, so you really shouldn't do that. If you want some semblance of privacy, use something like Proton Mail. Yeah. Privacy is not the same as secrecy, by the way. They're different, right? You got in trouble today for encouraging lightly threatening your reps. Did he really? Leading up to the Capitol assault, so he probably is backpedaling. Did he really? I didn't see that. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy. I am so happy to see. This is like that part of the movie where the bully has been beating everybody up for the whole movie, and you're like, can we please just kick this bully's ass? And have like some, it's like when Mr. Miyagi comes out, and because all the kids are beating up the Karate Kid, and I know they've done a new series on it and everything. That aside, Mr. Miyagi comes out and he's like, and he just like kicks all of their butts, because it's the right thing to do. Yeah. Look, I know it's political, and I'm sorry if you think the Capitol terrorism is okay. Get the fuck out. I don't want you here. I don't want any sort of justification for that. I am literally asking you to cancel yourself and go away because I don't want anything to do with you. There's under no circumstances is that ever okay. You know who agrees with me? That crazy psycho woman judge on Fox. She agrees with me. So yeah. Rip Mr. M. Yeah. Sorry. What is the IRC for the terminal that you are using? I did one F word. I get two, according to the swear words documentary. I get two F bombs every movie. So that's every hour and 30 minutes. So every 90 minutes I can use two F bombs. So Twitter is like Tumblr 4 years ago with all the naughty pics. And yeah, lightly threatening your reps. Really? Wow. That is crazy. Did I get in trouble? I don't think I got in trouble. I didn't threaten any reps. I never have done it. I think he must have got. Let's see. Not even Cicada 3301 could gain enough traction because of the team to gain absolute privacy. Well, point well taken, Virtual. Do you guys even know what that is? Go watch the documentary on Cicada 3301. It is so amazing. I think it's free too, right? Yeah. You guys know what that is? The people are wondering. People want to know what that is. You can tell I'm getting ready to go home now because I'm fading. Cicada 3301. I did a search with my web browser in Google. Sue me. There it is. Cracking the Cicada. It's all free. Cracking the Cicada Code. This is a really great documentary. You should go watch it. Anybody? I think it's the cypherpunks, but I'm not gonna. That's not a spoiler to say that. But I think it's the cypherpunks revisited. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think it is. Wait, you found it? I thought it was deleted. Oh, this is the one that says you got in trouble? This is the one that says you got in trouble? Oh, you found it. How did you find it? Maybe he didn't take it down. I said this thing didn't age well, and he took that one down. So how come this one's still there? Yeah. Many truly awful people walk among us. Boy, you can know that. Leadership takes time. I guess it's still there. I feel bad now. I thought I helped him take it down. I guess maybe he took down a different tweet. Maybe I just got off on the wrong idea there. Q Macro, how you doing? Bye. Go do your thing. Whoa, 180K for what? Yeah. Wow. I didn't realize privacy was false. Yes. All right. So what can I do with my remaining time? Well, I wrote my little bit of code here, but we had some good times. We've done a lot of good planning. I feel like it's important that we do the planning that we did, because I don't want to leave people out in the cold. To use the whole stream. Because I don't care. I already know the stuff I'm doing has value because I've been making a business of it for 8 years. It was just a matter of people figuring it out. It's not like, I'm not saying that to be, arrogant. It was just, I knew the stuff I was talking about would eventually, people would want to learn it once they, got a hold of it. So that's really the main thing that kept me going. Plus, I very selfishly made a lot of friends who were, back in January, right? Back in January, I had a lot of people. We're talking about way long ago. Were you here in January of 2020? And people like Raritan and Viable and Zero Theory. He's not here anymore, but he popped in. Zero Theory popped in for New Year's. If he's out there, mate, like, happy to see you. And he was helping me out a lot, and I don't know all the reasons why, but he stopped coming in until Christmas. He was kind of drunk, but and Og's been a really great person here. I've just made so many friends through the stream. So that's legitimately the thing that keeps me coming back, because I don't make friends easily in real life. Because you can't find them. You can't find people that know what IRC is in North Carolina. They're here. They're just really hard to find unless you go to a meetup or something. And nobody's meeting up now. Oh boy, that's very nice to say, Og, but I feel like I don't deserve it. I have really screwed up plenty. Hey, Peter. How are you? Before typing KeePass, do I select a specific password before? No. You don't have to do any of that. I can't show you it on stream. I do need to do a thing for you though, but it has auto type. So what that means is that you can like set up, you can go to a particular place and then you can do auto type, and it'll sense where you are and it'll type the stuff out for you. So you don't have to do Control-C, Control-V. You can do that if you want, but you don't have to do that. I need to do an entire video on KeePass XC and put it in my Tools of Technologists but I've been waiting on doing that one because I need to set up a separate database for it so I can do it, so I can show you what's going on. You know what I mean? It's the same with people in the school have no value for education technique. Yeah. Scratch language and just gain some, inertia, no progress. Yep. Yeah, it's called AutoType. If you just look for it, Peter, it's called AutoType. And there's also a KeePass XC plugin for your web browser if you want. I don't use it. I don't feel like you need it actually, but if you want to do that, it'll integrate. And the difference between that and any of the tools that come with the browsers is that you have control of it, and you have the database on your computer as opposed to the database being someplace else in the cloud. So I'm a fan of that a lot. So what do we do here? We were in log. How many of these do I have? Just these two. Okay. So we were chopping stuff up, chopping broccoli. We're chopping broccoli. We're chopping broccoli. Where's that even from? So let me make sure these are the same. So this is UTC. Oh, that's what we got. We got off on the thing with UTC or not. I don't know how I'm going to be able to convert that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually do the it would be so much trouble to do time zone conversion. If you know what I'm saying. I'm chopping broccoli. There's so much random shit in here. I mean, really. Just think about all the random brain cells that you have like dedicated to memory of completely random things. Like the jingles. My baloney has a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R. I mean, it's perfectly in my brain. It'll be there forever. I'll never be able to get it out. My baloney has a second name. It's M-A-Y-E-R. My baloney. Our brains are like filled with random crap. Just like our genome is filled with random virus crap. It's just crazy. Anyway. So you're... There's like so many things that we just don't... Everybody has their own, right? It's like from their time. Particularly when you're young. I guess when you're young, stuff sticks a lot better. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing. It is a thing. So Tuesday at 3:50 at the UTC time examined here. Okay, so this is actually working. But I am going to do something better. I'm going to do something much better with this. So we're doing dates in Go, in case you're wondering. Please don't crack. I've come pretty close to cracking many times. Print. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called print FMT, or is it format? Format. Parse layout value. Nope, that's not what we want. We want print. I think we want print. Yes, we do. Format. We're going to do a little test here. We're going to do a test. Wait. How did that work? That worked anyway? All right, so format. We want format V. Yeah, no, F. There we go. And we want V dot F. No. All right, let me try this. All right. Ooh, perfect. That means it parsed it exactamal. That means it parsed it exactamal correctly. And that's good. That's stage 1. So yeah. So what I need to do now is just like grab every line out of there. And you want to see something funny? Watch this. Let's do this. Okay, so let's do... Now let's do format plus we'll do, yeah, let's do I don't think it is a format. Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to do t.unix. Uh-oh, got a problem there. There's a problem. Houston. Another ancient reference from the 60s. All right, now what? Boom. Fail. Mismatched type strings in. Fine. I'll make you into a string. This is called a cast. A cast is when you change a given type to another type in a strictly typed language. But it doesn't like it because it's trying to make it into a string. I can probably do a printf here. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So we can do this. We can do V, and then I can have this, and I can have another V. I can have a backslash in there, and this guy can be here. And this guy can be number 2, and I don't have to string cast you anymore because I'm using printf format, which is the darling of C coders everywhere. There we go. So there's the Unix date that's combined with it. So I'm thinking, why not, since I have to chop the thing up anyway, might as well update the timestamps. Now, they're not accurate because they're all assuming that you're in UTC. What? Interesting. We'd have to, let's see. I can't, no. Because this time isn't UTC, actually. The time was actually, this is a problem. Yeah, this is going to be a problem because that Unix time is wrong because the time frame is not provided. So we would have to, how's it going, Kronos? We would have to make it, convert it into local time. I should have put timestamp, time zone from the very beginning. I always regret that. Every time I made a decision not to do that, I regret it. What I'm working on, I am just messing around with parsing right now. We've been doing all kinds of things, but right now I'm just parsing up a big old log and making it into a directory. So I have this big monstrous log that I've been doing all year, and I want to chop it all up and make each one into an entry. And then I'm just going to make a command to make new entries that makes a new file. So each entry is one file at a piece, even if it's a short one. And so that's what I'm doing. And I started doing it in shell, and I realized I can't parse the datetime formats as well as effectively with that shell, so I moved to Go. And now I'm trying to deal with the time zone issue, because if I add the Unix timestamp here, that's going to be wrong because this is assumed to be UTC, and when in fact it was not. It was at least Eastern. Sometimes it might be Eastern Daylight. Sometimes it might be Eastern Regular. So yeah. So that's a thing. I think we could just say we could convert it to Eastern. So that means I need to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do t.locale use Unix. I think that will do it. Let's try that. No time for locale. Yes, it does. Oh, it's local, not locale. Yeah, there we go. So notice how these dates are different. Then that converts to the locale of the current computer. But if I leave it off, it'll convert that time into the same thing. It must do the conversion automatically then. Yeah. I don't know what to do with that. Actually, yes, I do. The thing to do with that is to print out, to lie. Lying is always good. So we're going to say Eastern time. EST. Which is a lie. But it's not a lie. It's not UTC. Yeah, by default it's UTC, but the problem is that when I added the links, so hnow, see, the thing that generates the log entries is in the current time, but the time zone's not been displayed. So I'm losing the time zone in the parsing, and it's assuming UTC. Actually, no, it's assuming locale. Yeah. Yep. In fact, let's check that. So if I did date dash s, oh, is it dash s? What? I can't remember. I think it's dash s. Yeah. Date dash d. And then we do at this. I want to see what the actual date is. Aha. So it does assume UTSC. Yep. So that's good. So that means that that number is wrong. And I need to change the format. To show the time zone. Yeah. But this, well, we can't, this is wrong. This timestamp is wrong. So I need to fix this time. So I have to fix the date internally before I can print out the timestamp, because it'll give me the wrong timestamp every time. See this? This was, you know, the total different time zone. So, which by the way is 10:50. Yeah, -5, right? Minus 5-ish. Right, so that means we need to change this. I thought that was getting that with the locale. Actually, I need to look it up. But there is a way to convert it. Say I don't want the Unix time. I want to change the time to, you know, a different time zone. I need to leave EST in there. Yeah. What are we on right now? EDT? We're on EST. Yeah, okay. So I need to make this time zone convert, and there's a conversion you have to do that. I know it. I just have to look for it. Yeah, I need to make it. I need to change it. Okay, time local. Okay. Just see the location set to local time. I thought I did that. Take care, Og. I'm going to be leaving here too pretty soon. So... Let's see. The problem is when you parse it for now, you can't just it's not just hard coded. Yeah, so we're parsing this though. This is not the now one. We're parsing t.local. That should do it, I'm telling you, but it's not gonna. What's it? 424. Nope. Is there something going on? I'm gonna need to not do local. I'm gonna have to actually force the locale. Location, that's what I need to do. Sometimes that information associated with it. So we actually have to change the location. Range sound. Yep, I'm gonna have to change the location. You charge the time in seconds, whatever. This result does not depend on the location. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. My brain's going away, so I'm gonna have to go to bed. .utc, okay, look at that. I think I want .local, that's what I think I want. could be wrong. Let's try. Nope. It's a 64-bit field, yeah. T.local undefined. Oh. T.UTC, maybe that's what I want. T is already in UTC. It's right. I know it's right. Yeah. Oh boy. I know my locale's right. Oh. Yeah, because the time's right. See, it says Eastern. So yeah, I need to go to bed here pretty soon. This is burning my brain. I don't know how to do the conversion. Normally I would do a t.local here, and then I would do t.unix, and that's worked for me for a long time. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that. Oh, wait. Let's do this. Let's try that first, shall we? Yes, that's much better. Okay, that's going to be, whoopsie. This will be better, I have a feeling. Unix. Oh, wait. So, this is going to be wrong, watch. Yep, because it's going to do UTC, so it's going to make the time completely off. I already know that's going to be wrong, but I just want to see it for myself. Why is the string not terminated? I don't believe you. For new line argument. Did I put a new line in there? There's no new line in there. Oh, I must have deleted an N. Run. Thank you. So as you can see, it changed it to Monday. And that made it, that's wrong, actually. So yeah. I'm getting close, but I shouldn't be spending this much time on this. That's because my brain's not working. So we don't want to do this conversion. So we know that this time is in. We know that the time is in Eastern, even though when it's parsed, it thinks that it's parsing it in UTC because it hasn't been specified. Does that make sense? So yeah, so that means so after we parse it, we need to tell it after that it is Eastern. And then we should do the conversion. So we need to I know there's a function for that. It's like it will put the different time zone. There it is. A zone computes the time zone in effect at time, returning abbreviated name of zones or CT. But we can change the time zone data. There we go. Fixed zone. I'm almost positive this is it. Location. Load location. No. Name string. Offset. There we go. That's the one we want. So zone says in effect at time t, returning the abbreviated name of the zone such as CET and its offset in seconds of USDT. The abbreviated name of the zone. Oh, I don't think that's going to get as much, but let's go see. Paren t dot zone. Computes the times that affect at time t. Returning the abbreviated name of the zone, such as CET. And it's offset in seconds of UTC. Okay, so zone would be, wait, no. Computes the time zone. So it returns the offset int with the string. Anyway, so what is the name? What is that? I don't get it. The name is supposed to return the name of the zone such as UT. Okay, well, let's do EST. Oh, that's what's returned is the return values. Duh. Derp. 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 All right. So yeah, UTC 0, but I don't want UTC 0. I want to change the time zone, which means I probably have to add on to it. I don't think I need to do that though. I know there's a way to do this. TZ data. Fixed zone. Location. Location maps the instance of the zone and uses the time typically the location represents the collection size. Fixed zone, Beijing time. Wait a second. Time dot fixed zone. What does that do? What, did you find something? Dynamic conversion time zone. Yeah, I can punt and go do that. I need to get my miner. I have to get my URL miner out so that I can get this stuff. Is it parse in location? Oh, there is a parse in location? That's it. That's what I want. That's what I was looking for. Are you sure? You might be thinking of Python. So, time in. Oh, is it really just .in? You've got to be kidding me. It can't be .in. Is it seriously just .in? It is. I bet you it is. I'll be so mad. Oh, there it is. Parse in location. You found it. So, or use parse in location. So, to avoid such problems, prefer time layouts that use numeric time zone offset or use parse in location. That's what we want. So, that's it. Good job. Good job. Wrong thing. There we go. All right. So, we want parse in location. In location. And I'm guessing here, but I'm thinking we'll just do EST. Do I have to actually do the location? I do have to do it, don't I? Fine. Layout value. Oh, it's the last thing. Okay. Fine. That's fine. We're going to get this. Yay. I'm going to go to bed. Why not? You mean I have to make an actual location? Fine. Let's just destruct with exported fields. Wait a second. Local loc? Why would you... Really? All right. Yeah. That's good. This is a good practice. Time zones will kick your butt. America, you are America. I think, right? Oh boy. Missing location and call to date. What? Where did I do that? We'll get rid of this. I might have that location wrong. I don't know. We're going to see. Name string, location, error. Got it. Name string. Missing location and call to date. Times that date. Parsing location. It did not like that. Location call to date. I tried to use time.local. Oh. You think so? I don't know about that. Because that would be an interesting cast. Yeah. You could probably do that location. I'm just guessing. Yeah. At this point, I just need to go look it up, but I kind of want to experiment with this. This location should work. The local work. I think I have it. I think it might be U.S. Eastern. I could get that wrong. Yep, that was it. That worked. Okay, so yeah. So let's do our little conversion here and see if the Unix is good now. Where's my date? Here. I'm guessing yes. January 12th, 3:05:50 a.m. Eastern. Okay, so now it matches. So good. We're good to go. Now I still have an hour problem there because every time I made a log, I did not add the time zone, so the daylight change is not going to be captured. And that's why you should always include timestamps in your dates and databases and everything, because you don't know when it's switched over, depending on the locale and where the data lives and everything. So it's really important to keep that with there, which I really should have put that in there. Another reason too is because like somebody coming to my log has no idea where I live, so they don't know what time that I'm doing it. So they think it might be, a different time for them. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of shoehorn all this stuff into Eastern time and call it good. And for this round, and then everything from at this point forward, we'll have a proper log entry. Oh, time.local is a constant. Well, there's a function for it too. Yeah. You want to try that one? Let's do that. There's, oh, well, yeah. Yep, that works too. Nice. Good to know. So that's really good to know. Yeah, and we had to do, so the moral of the story here is because I didn't provide a time zone in my timestamps all of this time, that I am forced to do parse and location with this extra. It's not that big of a, I didn't know about it. It's not that complicated of an add. Is that you know that the time zone is at least you know when the time zone changed. Yes. If I need to, I can go in and mess with all my entries, which I might do, you know. But I don't know if I care that much about it. I kind of wanted to all be consistent, and some of them are gonna be off a little bit. So what? You know, it's just kind of giving you a general idea about what time and day it worked. The only time it would be significant is if it pushes it into a different day, but even then, it's not that log. This is just log entry. But if this was like critical transaction data, I would be really screwed. So make sure to put time zones in your timestamps, even if you don't think it matters, because it's just a log entry for your blog. Because it's going to bite you at some point. And in my case, actually, just to even make life easier, my standard log entry is going to be this big, long, monstrous thing, because I want it to be easily readable by somebody who could just scan it, you know, as reading the actual source code, but I also want it to be parsable. So somebody can parse out this and get the Unix timestamp really easily if they want to mess with my data and analyze my log entries, or, you know, talk about when I was more verbose than another time. A bunch of fun stuff that you get from a timestamp in the first place. And at least I have a timestamp, right? And not some like random useless blog name, which is why I don't like the term blog, because it's a web log. It's supposed to be chronological. It's not supposed to be this big artsy thing with a title and everything. That's an article. It's not a log entry. And so yeah. So what can we do with that after that? I definitely I'm like, my body's like feeling like I got to go to bed. So I'm gonna hit the sack and then and call it a day. When I come back though, which will probably, you know, I don't know when it'll be. Maybe a couple hours before, you know, 3 or so my time. I'll sleep for another 5 hours, just 5-6 hours or so, and come back. And we will be just pursuing this. I'm going to be writing some code that captures it splits the file into its little articles, and that'll be the next thing we do, is like split the whole file, which I could do with split. I can do with, you know, a bunch of shell scripts. I might even just run the whole thing and go, because of the conversion that it does. It's not that hard to do that. We just have to iterate over each line and build up buffers and all that sort of thing. And as we build up a buffer and we get to the end of it, then we can say, okay, you go in this new file, and we'll build the path to that file. And Go's got a really great make parent with directories command, so it'll automatically make all the parent directories for me, and then I can make individual readme.md files for each one of the entries. So that'll be the goal. And not too much to do there besides that. So yeah. Thanks for being awesome. Well, I appreciate you saying that. That was the IRC for the terminal. What was the IRC for the terminal? Oh, me? Yeah, I'm using WeChat on here. And so yeah. I am about ready to call it. Let me just say goodbye to the Twitch people. And hey, we have people helping out in there. Thank you. Nice. The Kiwi IRC. Some people noticed. Here we get another raid. Yep. Thank you for helping out over there, everybody. I do like a tasty kiwi. Everybody's got their emojis. Gotta have those emojis. And what else we got? In YouTube, have we got anybody else? Nope. Fecals are out. How's it going, sir? I missed that you can't chat in here. Fecals, you know you can come on in, right? Just click on, if you can't, are you on a phone or something? Because you've been one of my popular YouTube people. I don't want to lose you. Can you give me an example of how you perform a typing key pass? Oh, Peter, you came in and asked the question. Thank you, guys. Chat and IRC. Hey, Kodak Troll. Yay. We have another. Can I mod you? I should probably mod somebody in here. Yeah. Add mod. I did. Somebody who wants to hang out in my YouTube channel, I'm happy to mod next time we do this. If anybody wants to mod in here, help me mod in there, and that would really help me. But that's about it. Don't. You're not getting mod right now. How's it going, AC? All right, people. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. But it was quite entertaining. This whatever stream, which was truly whatever. That's why it's so hard. They call it. Somebody said the name for what I do is variety streaming. Cool. So talk to you later. What's up? Thanks. Take care. Bye.